In this unit, foodborne diseases, we will learn about what foodborne diseases are, how to spot them, and how to keep them from happening. That is what we want to learn. Let us look at these keywords. We are going to be defining them as we learn, but let us just discuss what they are. Bacteria. What is bacteria? Bacteria, these are microorganisms that can cause foodborne diseases. So what do we mean when we say microorganisms? Tuma organisms, tudiki zvekuti hatikwanise kutuona nemaziso edu aya ari tuaya. Very minute, very small organisms which we cannot see with our naked eyes. But these organisms, they cause foodborne diseases. So a disease should be caused by something. Hongu tikasagesa maoko tikanodya tikaita mudumbu tinoti tirikunzwa mudumbu nekuti tadya tisina kugesa maoko. Asi chinenge chaitika ndechekuti maoko edu anenge aenda mabacteria. And one of the insects which carry bacteria are houseflies, nhunzi. Saka chikafu chikamhara nhunzi tinotowanzo kana tichikwanisa tinotochiboila kana kuisa microwave kana because chinenge chatoshatiswa. Maoko edu akamhara nhunzi tofanira kumageza nekuti nhunzi dzinoita deposit its larvae in human feces. Saka nhunzi dzinonosiya mazai mutsvina yevanhu, yembwa, tsvina dzakasiyana siyana, musuweji, muchii. Saka padzinonosiya mazai kudaro dzinobva dzatora bacteria dzotanga kubhururuka nayo dzouya dzoisiya pamaoko edu, tonanzva maoko tisina kugeza maoko, then we become sick. So bacteria causes diseases, but in this case, foodborne diseases. What about contamination? What is contamination? The presence of harmful substances in food or drinks. The presence of harmful substances. Sezvananga ndibva kutaura chikafu chikamhara nhunzi chinonzi chiri contaminated. Kana mudrink ingava fanta yandinofarira inini mukawira nhunzi ndobva ndatorasa because that drink is contaminated. So if there are harmful substances like bacteria in your food, it becomes contaminated. Oro chikafu chikaora nokuti changogara changosiwa chakadaro, mukasiya chingwa chinoita molds, mukasiya mukaka unoshata, chikafu chizhinji chikasaiswa mufiriji chinoshata. Saka kushata ikoko ndiko kwatinoti contamination. Control. Measures taken to control the spread of foodborne diseases. So if we have foodborne diseases, let me give you a practical example. Pananga ndiri ku high school, pachikoro pandaidzidza paiva paboarding, pane zvakaitika kukitchen. Vaibika kukitchen vane zvavakakanganisa. Ndokubva vakomana vakawanda varwara nemudumbu. Chikoro chese takarwara, kunyange nekuvasikana vanhu vakarwara nemudumbu. So there is a spread of a disease. It's a foodborne disease because this disease is because of eating contaminated food. So what happened? The clinic came, the local clinic, and started to put in measures that control the spread of the foodborne disease. Ndipo patakatanga kunzi gezai maoko tichimwiswa salt and sugar solution, for example. Even though coronavirus is not a foodborne disease, but it's an example of control. When we had the COVID-19 pandemic, what happened? Lockdown. Munhu wese ngagare mumba. That was a measure taken to control the spread of a disease. But we want to look at the spread of foodborne diseases. Fever, a high body temperature. Saka kupisa muviri, that's a fever. it's a symptom. We are going to see what symptoms are of a disease. Saka muchiona kuti mukanzwa musoro munodi munopisa muviri, that is called a fever. What are foodborne diseases? Foodborne diseases, these are illnesses caused by eating contaminated food or drinks. Nunzi yawira mukascade. Imimi cascade munorida, munonza kuti eish, cascade. Mongo mwairimo. You are drinking contaminated drink. Kana kuti chikafu chasiwa chisina kuvharwa, chiri kumhara nunzi, chiri kudini, mongo svikamokambura. You are eating contaminated food. You are going to have what are called foodborne diseases. So foodborne diseases are the diseases you get from contaminated food. Mukadya chikafu chasiwa chisina kuvharwa, kana kuti chikafu cha expire, mobva marwara. Chirwere chamukurwara nacho chinonzi categorically a foodborne disease. What are parasites? An organism that live inside another organism. That's what a parasite is. So kana chiti parasite tiri kuti chipuka chinogara mukati mechimwe chipuka, ndiko kuti parasite. An organism that live inside another organism. An example would be chikwekwe, kana makambotarisa pamombe kana kuti paimbwa. Or we can talk about a botfly. Let me show you an example of a parasite in the case of a botfly. Ndoda kuti mutarise zviri kuitika pavidhio iri. Murikuona kiti, murikuona kuti pane chiri kubuditswa mumhino macho rakaita gonyeri. This is an example of a botfly, which is a parasite. So this parasite was living inside the cat. That's a botfly. Iyo maona zvayakaita, yanga iri mukati memhino ringe ritori ziso, mukati meziso rekiti. I'm sorry if this is sensitive, but this is an example. Another botfly removal. See, kiti kutochema, it's gory. Iyo rabviswa. That's a botfly removal. Ndakasira kubvisa kuti vamwe vedu musazotya, but ndakuratidzai a botfly. I showed you a short clip of the removal of a botfly. It was living inside a cat. So we have parasites which live inside animals, parasites which live inside human beings. Matiri, you are going to learn that we have harmless parasites and bacteria which lives inside our gut. When we say gut, we are talking about the stomach, the small and the large intestines. But we can have bacteria or parasites which are harmful to us. So a parasite, in a nutshell, it's an organism which lives inside another organism. What is prevention? Prevention, that's measures taken to prevent foodborne diseases. So let us look at preventing and controlling. These are two important processes. So when we talk about controlling, these are measures taken to control the spread of foodborne diseases. So we take controls after a foodborne disease is already spreading. We want to reduce or limit the spread. That's where we take measures in the form of controls. Whereas prevention, these are measures we take to prevent the foodborne disease. Let me explain in Shona. Tirikuti, a control, zvinhu zvatinoita chirwere chatotanga. Anti cholera yatotanga. Andika, kana kuti COVID yatotanga, toita se. Garai mumba. Kana kuti vese vanokolera votorwa voendeswa kuclinic. That's a control. But a prevention, we want to prevent, kuprevenda, kuita kuti chinhu chisaitika. So when we take measures to prevent a foodborne disease, these are called preventions. And examples of preventions would be wash your hands before you eat. A prevention would be, in the case of COVID-19, do not touch each other, do not shake each other's hands. If you feel or if you have symptoms, separate yourself from others. Those are preventions. Actually, the last example I gave is a control, but washing your hands before you eat and keeping your body clean, your environment clean, that's a prevention. What are stomach cramps? Makamboita mudumbu. Zoti mudumbu mei muchitazenge makasungwa kana muri kumonyororwa zvinorwadza, wombozama kurara nedumbu hazviperi, womboita senge uchakotama wodi. Stomach cramps. Pain or discomfort in your stomach area. Those are stomach cramps. Then lastly, we have viruses. Maviruses anotoredzerana nebacteria but zvakasiyana. Microorganisms that can cause foodborne diseases. Look at bacteria, microorganisms that can cause foodborne diseases. So we have bacteria as a cause of foodborne diseases and viruses as a cause of foodborne diseases.